In society today, we are being attacked constantly with inauthentic conversations, fakeness, trying to look cool, trying to be somebody we're not. That is why the Damn Dude podcast is here to have the authentic conversations that need to be had in a way that will make you think and say, Damn Dude. Damn Dude.
Damn, dude.
What up, everybody? What is good? Welcome to the Damn Dude podcast.
Damn Dude.
Damn, dude.
This is season 3, episode 26, and I am your host, California Cal. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, you guys. Welcome. First of all, I would like to apologize to everybody for the little hiatus that we had here. It's not like me to do that. And we'll catch up on what's been going on and a lot of the big and major changes that have occurred and happened in life since the last time we've all spoke and gathered. First of all, I want to apologize to anybody who I've let down and apologize for the hiatus, and anybody who counts on me and counts on the show and counts for the love shared and the words spoken, or even just if it helps you thrive, it helps educate, entertain, or make an impact on your life in any way at all. I apologize for the impact that I've had on you by not producing the show over this last month. And I understand that it can feel like I've let you down, or I've let myself down, or I've let the audience down, or anything like that. Any sort of way I've made you feel by me being away, I genuinely apologize. And at the same time, I'm not here just like, I'm sorry. I'm like, all right, you guys, like, I'm here just being a real fucking person, and I just felt like it was best for me to kind of just step away for a little bit during everything that's been going on. And I'm not the quit type of person, you know what I mean? I very much will pivot and adjust and take on what's new. And I just, I really want to acknowledge the impact that I've had on anybody. If I influence you and your show or your day or your whatever the fuck you do, and I haven't been there for you, I would like to really acknowledge that. And I understand that the impact of having somebody who, it's like you respect the show, what I have to say, or the way that I share things or whatever. And, I realize the impact that can have on you guys. And, if life has been harder because the show hasn't been existing over this last month, I genuinely apologize for that. And I take ownership of it. And I will do my best to be in communication with you guys if I ever need to take a little break again. So, if there's anybody who feels any sort of way about anything, please reach out, please share, please let me know, and we can talk about it. It's all love, and, let's just fucking... The only thing I can do is keep it pushing. I can't go back, so all I could do is acknowledge and move forwards. So, I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but I'm finally recording from like good sounding audio equipment again, and that has been a let me turn this up just a notch. Actually, it's been quite a ride with this last month, or with the last couple months really, because I haven't had a studio to work from, right? So, oh shit. Hold on, sorry. Son of a bitch. Okay. I was trying to adjust my chair and I ran my microphone, or my headphone cable over, and made me get all stuck. Freaking ants, bro. back up, homie. So so for those of you guys, where I last left off, I was staying at my mom's in University City, and it was cool, because I just couldn't maintain my apartment anymore. I couldn't stand it, really. It was like the whole apartment and the neighbor, well, I was gonna say neighbors, but more so neighbor, and all this bullshit and whatever is just like, fucking A, dude, this place is kicking me out. I had told myself that place was gonna be temporary in Poway, and that's exactly what it was, and I just kind of got out of there, not very gracefully and unconventionally, but like I did that, and I got out of there, and I went to staying with my mom, and that was cool. I just didn't have a place to like set up my equipment, and all my stuff was like packed, because I was planning on, me and my lady were gonna move in and go get our own spot. But then it just like, I don't know, things just kept unfolding to where it's like, well, now it makes more sense to do this and not that. Then it makes more sense to do this and not that. Then it makes more sense to do this than not that. Then makes more sense to do this than not that. And then, so it's like the whole scene of life just kept getting changed on me. I'm like, okay, well, fuck, like, and then at the same time, it was like I'm consciously accepting the changes that are coming, because it's like, for me, I take everything pretty seriously. You know what I'm saying? Well, not everything, but it's like, I almost take everything pretty fucking seriously. Like, not saying I'm not a fun or funny person, but it's like, I have a very serious tone about the way I live life. And even if it's like having fun, I'm serious about having fun. I'm like, motherfucker, don't... it's like, this is what we're doing sort of thing. And I don't know, that's a whole other thing. Anyway, so because it's like, where was I going with this? Oh. So I'm like consciously rolling with the flow of everything, and it's like I'm consciously choosing what to do as life is unfolding and showing new things to do and this and that and all these things, right? So, oh shit. Sorry, I'm like rusty, you guys. I forgot how to wear the headphones correctly and like position my chair and microphone. Like, I'm figuring it out all over again because this is all new to me here. So there's been a lot that's happened in the past little while. And those of you guys may be wondering, well, where are you recording from now? Well, I will get into that in just a little bit. So hang tight. First, let's just get caught up a little bit. My oldest son graduated fucking high school. That's fucking crazy as fuck.
Damn, dude.
Congratulations, Schnappy. I fucking love you, dude. I'm so fucking proud of you, man. It's just insane to think about, like the type of man he's becoming and developing into, and the person he's becoming at the age that he is at 17. It's like, he's so dope. Like, he can be on his bullshit and whatever, and it's like, that's cool, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I was young, I was a teenager, all that stuff. And at the same time, I'm like, dude, he's got a good head on his shoulders and a good soul in his body and a good heart in his body. And it's like, he's connected to the source of goodness. And I just want to always like expand that for him and help him grow on that and just be the dopest motherfucker you can be. And to be the dopest motherfucker you can be, you've got to fucking do shit that scares you and push through hard things and push through scary things and push through tough times and own everything that comes your way, or that you come across, or however you want to look at that, or both ways, really. So Nate graduated high school. Like, that's so fucking dope. I'm so proud of him. And like I've said before, like, he really didn't need to graduate high school. Like, he could easily be successful as fuck for the rest of his life and never have needed to graduate high school or go through it. Like, really, the way that he is so smart and does stuff and has the insight and like the work smarter, not harder sort of aspect about life, and he has that context, it's like, dude, that's incredible. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that's fucking cool. And I stressed to him, I'm like, look, dude, I know you don't need high school. I'm like, but this is the thing is, you gave your word to yourself and to me, to your family, to your mom, to, you know, most importantly, you gave your word to yourself that you're going to finish high school because you said you will. And he's like, all right. And for those of you guys, that's kind of a little like hack. If you're raising teenagers and they're like, man, fuck school, I don't need this shit, da da da. When they're younger, get them to agree and apologize, or not apologize. Why did I say apologize? Agree and, I was confusing the word apologize for promise or no. Yeah, that was weird. I have the word apology written in my book, so that's maybe where my brain got that. So to like acknowledge and address and make a commitment. That's what I want to say. To make a commitment, not. Hello. All right, sorry, my microphone got disconnected like 2 different times here, so. Okay. The like adapter thing on my computer's finicky, and I think that's what throws it off when that happens. And I kind of lost what I was in the middle of saying, but it's all good actually. Got it. Okay. So what I was saying was, when your kids are younger, get them to commit to themselves in a very serious way that they will finish high school. Like, if you really believe that they should finish, and even if you know they're smarter than needing to actually fucking do it, to have them commit to themselves that they will finish. Because the one thing that I really honed in on and it was picking up on is that like, and have picked up on over the last few years, is that like your word and commitment to yourself is worth far more than anything else. Like, it's more important than your social interactions at school and this and that and all these things. It's like, if you can commit to what you say you're going to do, then you're unstoppable. And when you're unstoppable, you're like the best version of when you're unstoppable in a way that's of the best version of yourself, then that's the ultimate success, right? To be unstoppable in the best version of yourself. And as I'm getting situated again, I'm like coming back into this, and it's like, all right, what and how can I recommit to myself in a way that's like healthy and positive and good, right? So Nate finished, even though he didn't want to at times, and was like, man, fuck this. Like, what is even, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even need this. And it's like, you know, that's true. But at the same time, you do need to honor your word to yourself. And that's the most important thing. And it's like, so to see him do that and graduate even in the midst of like, man, fuck this stuff. Like, he did it. So I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, like, you're fucking badass, bro. Because for me, high school, like, I loved high school, but like the school part of it, the work, the tests, the grades, all that shit was not for me, man. Like, I just did not do well with that. So it was more just like, all right, well, I said I was gonna finish this shit, so I'm going to. Right? I don't care how hard I fucking make it for myself or how long this takes. Like, I'm going to do it. And that's kind of how I feel about this podcast and the long-term vision of like my 10-year, like my 10-year vision and projection with this is like, it's a long game. And if I need to take some time off, I can. And I should be more responsible about it. And I should probably, and including being more responsible about it, is pre-record episodes, preload them to drop on, our scheduled dates of Mondays and Thursdays. And, it's like I might just be switching up the days here because I'm still finding out what works for me and what days my schedule allows me to record or not and all this. So, Yeah, so then at the same time, my youngest Royal, he graduated, what is that, preschool, I guess, technically? Yeah. And he's just such a fucking G, dude. Like, he's just too cool for his own good. We're at the ceremony. He's got his arms crossed. He's got his suit on, his little bow tie, or not suit, but like his vest, his bow tie, his graduation sunglasses, his his nice jeans, when she calls him his nice jeans. He's dressed fly as fuck, dude. And he picked out his whole own outfit, and he's just there, like, sits back with his arms crossed, and he's laughing with his head in the air, like, ha ha ha, oh man, oh, RJ, like, talking about his classmate, because his classmate started having a tantrum. He's like, oh man, like, he's cracking up. Like, it's just, he's next level, dude. Like, I cannot explain just how too cool for school he is, like, on such a natural vibe. Like, he's just so cool. Like, it's just an absolute trip. There's just, it's like everybody thinks their kid's unique and stuff, but it's like Royal really is a fucking trip, dude. Like, really. And I can't wait to like put him on the show again and have him talk about stuff. You guys are gonna trip on how much he talks now and the shit that he's into and all that. And FYI, I'm not gonna have video for this episode. So maybe I'll put videos of him like riding his motorcycle or something. It doesn't get old. Like, he's 4 and he's just absolutely on his electric motorcycle. Dude, he can fucking power slide, he can jump, he can wheelie, he can do burnouts, he can fucking it's just nuts, dude. He can make it do burnouts while standing off the bike, holding it at the seat, holding it at the handlebars, using the brake, not using the brake. Like, he can fly over the jump. Like, it's just absolutely nuts. Anyways, so he graduated preschool, and I was just like, oh my gosh, dude. Like, he's so cool. He's came so far. And for those of you guys, I've told you that they technically diagnosed him with special needs and blah, 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 blah. Some dumb shit. I was just kind of like, I guess I see what you guys are saying, but I don't buy it. I never really bought into it. So I kind of am offended when people say that, like the professionals, and they're saying some dumbass shit or whatever. I'm just like, okay, whatever, dude. Like, anyway, I'm like, if this gets us more benefits and whatever, cool. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to relate to him like that or identify with him as that or anything. Fuck it. Like, he's his own fucking person, and he does shit on his own terms. And that's some boss ass shit, not some special needs type shit. So that kind of ties into like what I've been up to lately. Like, I've been fucking fighting for my kids like none other, man. And all the stuff was resolved to a certain extent, and then all of a sudden not. And all the shit came back and swirling and blah, 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 blah. It's just such a fucking, like, the bare bones of it, I guess, is like Royal's mom wanted to move out of state to be able to buy property and do some other stuff and yada yada, right? That's her own thing. And so basically it's like that takes my kids away from me, or at least Royal, because I think, Nate wants to stay in California for at least the time being. So I'm like, okay, well, no, I'm not cool with that. Like, to go out of state just because it's cheaper to live out there, like, I don't agree with that. So I don't want to, no, it's like there's nothing pressing that needs to take a child away from his father and family and home base and all of that stuff. So it's basically just been like about scheduling and where to live and what to agree on and all this, like, hurt my foot and I just fucking accidentally bumped it. And all these things. So I'm just like, okay, like, nah, it's like, so it's basically, it's like, it's a fight for my child, and, it's like I'm listening to her side and I'm seeing my side and I'm stepping outside of myself and all these different things and yada, yada, yada. And I'm just like, fuck, dude. Like, and every person I ask and I talk to about the whole situation, they're like, yeah, man, like, I don't think you're wrong for that. Like, that's kind of wild, you know. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm not fucking crazy about this, you know. Like, I feel like this is what makes sense. And then she's going to feel like she feels like what makes sense, right? And that's just life. And it's like, neither of us want to fight about this or over this or anything. But it's like, you know, if one parent has an idea about where they want to live or this or that, or how they view their standard of living or whatever, it's like, all right, fair enough. And this is my side and version of that, and how I think it'll affect this and that and yada, yada, yada. Right? So it's like, okay. So that's why for me, it's like, dude, I've just been fighting for my kids this past year or two, really. Well, like 2 years. And it's just been absolutely insane, dude. Like, I still haven't been able to really hang out with Nate. So once he's technically legally an adult, then we can just fully kick it and do whatever the fuck we want again. And it's just been an absolute nightmare and disaster of a situation for me. And there's a lot of stuff that's just like, yo, like, we were good, and then all of a sudden now it's like, you want to change this and this and this, and then all of a sudden that causes a lot of things. There's a big ripple effect of that, right? So I'm just like, fuck, man. All right, like, how do we work through everything gracefully? So fighting for my kids, I think, is ultimately what really, like, took me out of the game for this past month, where I'm just like, no, like, I need all my mental everything just to, like, survive and get through this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know where the fuck I'm living. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. My business is just dwindling and dwindling and dwindling and dwindling and dwindling. You know, it's like I'm getting further and further and further away from, like, what the fuck I'm really about and up to and who I am and all this stuff. And at the same time, that's okay, because it's like, it's part of the process. I've been fucking having, you know, many encounters with the devil, so to say. And it's like, it's, you know, it's been a fucking battle. And it's like, dude, it's not like I'm seeking him out, or it's like he's came and find me and been picking on me. And it's like, you know, I realize that's also a representation of my own internal struggles and battles, right? It's like, if you're having the sort of battles where the devil, so to say, manifests inside of your spiritual activity and your spiritual well-being more so, then it's like, that sets shit off quite a bit. So it's kind of like, you know how I said there's been a huge awakening? I think that awakening has been turned into spiritual warfare in a sense. And meaning, basically, it's like there's a spiritual battle at hand. It's like our food is fucking up for battle. Our identity is up for battle and at war. Our food's at war. Our land's at war. Our fucking identity's at war. Our gender's at war. Our families are at war. All these things are just going on, and it's like on a spiritual level, because it's like you look at it physically and it's like, well, you know, it's like, what am I going to do, you know? So that's why I say it's spiritual, it's psychological. It's like, and spiritual is directly connected to psychological and vice versa. It's all the same interactions, you know? It's like the quality of the health of your thinking is directly related to the quality of the health of your spiritual well-being. You know, how okay your soul is, how hurt or healed or whatever direction it's going, it is in that moment, right? And how much awareness you have and how much you protect it healthily versus like coat your heart in stone. You know what I'm saying? And that was me before. It's like I had to break the stone around my heart because I was so hardened and blocked off that I had to have this like stone barrier around my heart, which I had to mentally and spiritually break down and chip away at, so I can actually get to a pumping, bleeding, healthy heart to where I can express love and receive love and remove myself from judgment and put myself in a place of mental clarity and mental peace and mental stability and mental gratitude and spiritual, all of those things as well. So it's just been like fascinating that I've been witnessing and observing in all of this and fighting and going to war for what I believe is the right things to fight for spiritually, so to say. So I'm like observing all these things happening, and it's like I don't pick fights and I don't seek trouble. At the same time, I do take a stand and I do identify myself as a warrior of light and a spiritual warrior of light and good. And I'm here to fight the good fight. And, it's like within that, there's a lot of shit that happens. There's a lot of responsibility that comes on. There's a lot of shit that takes place. And there's just straight up a lot of shit that cracks off that it's like, all right, it's like I said, it's like I've fully now accepted stepping into my role as a ceremony facilitator. And I'm going to borrow this from my brother Sebastian, a shaman apprentice, or somebody who's practicing and learning and a student of shamanism. And to just keep learning, it's like, I'm not right. It's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and I do know what I'm doing, all in the same sense. And it's like, when I do know what I'm doing, I do my best to remain a student of, okay, this is not the end all. This is not perfect. This still needs a lot of work. This still needs a lot of love and care and safe handling and respect. So, yeah, so it's like as a, what's even the word? As a transition in the midst of all this crazy spiritual warfare. And it's not just like a spiritual thing with myself personally. I've healed most of those things to where I don't necessarily have to go to battle with myself anymore. It's more like I'm kind of battling outside things or other things that people or whatever or anything can just bring my way in any context. So I don't know. It's like I've been stepping into some new role that I haven't completely contextualized for myself yet. And as I'm doing this and all the pieces are moving and things are starting to settle, like my life just went into an entire tailspin and crash and explosion and putting out the fire, and then now I'm just fucking rebuilding and like, or then, calming down the land and then kind of like letting the land resettle and then kind of watering, letting things regrow, letting the animals and the birds and the worms and the bees and the everything start coming back. And like, that's where I'm at now, where it's like, I'm starting to water my lawn. I'm starting to water my flowers. I'm starting to pour into myself in a deeper and bigger way. And I'm shifting all the things that are out of integrity in my life and putting all the pieces back into structure and ordinance and creating real mental freedom and clarity for myself via thinking, structure, allowing new light to shine on myself, and having faith in the whole process. And what I just described, for those of you who have never or aren't familiar with what I'm describing, that's how a lot of indigenous people in the United States and South America even identify the directions in the world. East is for thinking. South is for structure and planning. West is for light, rebirth, new birth, birth, love. North is for faith, hope, destiny. So when we check in and we pray to all the different winds, the directions, we're able to tap into higher sources and the power of these directions, because north, south, east, and west always exist no matter which way you spin it. So it's just an absolute trip, because within facilitating and partaking in ceremonies, I've been really learning and present to how much music heals. And I mean, like, for reals, good, dope, like, music that's of nature and of healing. Music that's really intended and purposely made to be of healing. And to take you on journeys that help you heal and gain and grow insight and knowledge and wisdom from the power of the gods, from the power of the winds, the directions, the ultimately just the power of nature, right? And when you have music that harnesses the power of nature, there's almost nothing more impactful, right? And then it's like, if nature is coming from places of, if the music is coming from places of nature that are built differently, you get different resonances and sounds. So it's like music in the jungle or dense forests is going to sound one way. It's like the repercussion of the bass of the drum is going to resonate back, versus where it's like, if you're out in the open, it's like wow, 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 big and open, and it travels for a long time. So it's like, that's the thing, is what I just described is a version of direction. So it's like the sound that we make and produce and can be produced travels out through different directions, and it invokes the spirit of these directions. It invokes the power of the sound. It invokes the power of the spirit of the sound. It invokes the power of the ancient knowledge, the wisdom, the wisdom of the plants, the wisdom of nature, the wisdom of being a connected human being to nature, right? So I got to practice with my brother Sebastian, my soul brother, my dog, that's my motherfucking brother. We got to practice and learn from each other, and it was just absolutely phenomenal and mind-blowing what we were able to do for each other with the sound of music and the sound of nature and certain instruments and certain rhythms and songs, and, you know, using the power of the plants and really honoring the sacredness of plants and the medicine that they are. So it was just beautiful to really get to experience and tap into a whole new level of medicine, ceremony, you know, my own soul, my own depth, my own darkness, my own light, my own beauty, my own ugliness, all of these things. So like how that's been reflecting is just like I've been just jumping into a pit of ugliness. And then I pull myself out and wash myself off. And then I jump into this pit of ugliness for myself. And then I jump out and I dust myself off and clean myself off. And I don't blame myself, and it's not bad, and it's okay, because it's more responsible than how I would have ever handled anything this impactful in my life before.
Damn, dude.
So it's like, for me to honor myself and taking the teachings of S.N. Goenka, where he speaks on, you know, if you previously you got angry for 12 hours and now you only get angry for 11 hours and 59 seconds, that's improvement. Acknowledge it. Show that 1 second love. Show it appreciation. Show it gratitude. Thank it. You know, that's improvement. And then it's like, then from there, it just gets easier and easier. Go 1 more second, 1 more second, 1 more second. And that's the thing, is as a human being, we are far more capable than just doing 1 second at a time. But sometimes that's what it takes to get started, right? It's just like running. It's like, all right, well, put your shoes on and then just walk around for your day like that. And then actually go step outside onto the driveway. Then go walk to the end of the street. But it's like, once you start doing that, you just kind of start going. You know what I mean? It's like you start unlocking something once you get to a certain point, and you're like, all right, well, I'm just not going to go back now. I already have my shoes on. I'm already at the fucking, end of the street or bottom of the hill or whatever the fuck, right? Like, so, you know what I mean? And sometimes it just takes, but that's the thing is like sometimes in order to walk all the way up the mountain, it requires just visiting the mountain, doing research about the mountain, whatever, right? Getting yourself in the right mental state, because with the right mental state, you can climb any fucking mountain. So it's like, that's what I've been really present to also with music, is that it's like, all right, like when we are present to good, healthy music that is of healing and of nature, then we are doing good things for ourselves. And I know for me, all the shit I've experienced in the past, like 5 to 6 years has just been so fucking crazy that like, it's almost like uncontextualizable. It's like, oh, I don't know how to say that word. It's almost like I can't contextualize it. It's just so much and so crazy. But it's like at the same, I should say, and it's like at the same time, I'm taking it all in, and I'm like, okay, like, yeah, get myself right, acknowledge where I'm doing this or that or whatever. And I realize with business, I've been fucking myself. Like my money's been so fucked, and I don't hate myself for it. I don't dislike myself for it. I'm just like, dude, I just haven't been mentally, spiritually, or physically able to keep up with myself in that regard. And that's just been the truth about it for myself. And for me to allow that and to acknowledge that is part of me healing all the crazy shit I've been through. Because my next goal is to build big and specific. And it's not just like this willy-nilly thing. Like I realize I've kind of hit the end of any of my visions and plans that I had for myself regarding business. And where I was, and so it's like, well, what do you have to show for yourself if you're at the end of a business plan? Well, that's exactly my point, is when I first started building business, I was so ignorant that I had no idea where to even set the bar. Like I'm somebody who used to steal from stores and like look for advantages to like take things sometimes. I wouldn't steal from people, but like stores and stuff. And I was just like a sketchy person like that. I was like, I'm hungry. I just don't have money. Like, I'm just going to take it. Like, and that's not right. And that's not okay. And I've paid the price in karma for those deeds. Trust me. And, so it's like, I was just on such a low vibration and such a low mental state and such a low level of mental clarity. I had no mental clarity. I had whatever the opposite of mental clarity. I had mental agony all the time. It's like I couldn't even stop to pull myself out of it. That's the thing, is like now if I have mental agony, I can stop and pull myself out of it. I can get present. Before I would just keep digging the hole deeper and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster as a way to like protect myself and stay safe. And like that's not okay. That's not a healthy way to handle things, because that's building more stone around my heart rather than more love into my heart. And that's the thing, is like when we fill our heart with more love, when hard things occur, they occur easier, because we're approaching it with love rather than a stone heart made of agony and grief.
Damn, dude. Damn, dude.
That was pretty fire. So I wanted to say this at the beginning, but I had to do all that other stuff, was very pressing too. So yesterday marks 17 years that my best friend Juan Pablo Tafoya, Pubes, Spidey, Spider, Juan Pablo, Pepe, however you knew him as, my motherfucking brother, my motherfucking dog from day one, my best fucking friend who showed me how to fucking be self-expressive, how to fucking be a real man, how to feel feelings, how to feel joy, how to stand up for what's right, no matter the fuck what. Pablo taught me to stand for myself in a way that I could never fucking imagine possible. the way he would stand up in front of crowds and hundreds of people and just say what he needed to say and fight the fight is just phenomenal. The heart that he had, the person that he was, like his soul that shined and came out when he would interact with children was just next level. It was just so much purity. Like to witness an adult, well, not even adult, because I mean barely an adult, you know, but to witness somebody who was so hardened in life and had seen so much crazy shit be such a pure, loving soul and heart and just shining little child in the, you know, in the presence of other children to just play and laugh and all these things is like, was just beautiful and phenomenal and next level, and what gave me my purpose in life. It's what showed me that, right? And I've shared that a lot of different times on the show. So, you know, yesterday I was remembering the day I took Royal to go visit his tombstone and, you know, go to the cemetery, visit my little sister, go look at the turtles in the pond, and just walk around and talk and just be present and all this, you know, visit the grave where we got Royal's name from. It's just unreal, right? So I don't know, man. It's just hard to believe that this much time has gone by. 17 years, dude. That's an entire lifetime. Like he died at 20 years old, so like he's almost been dead for as many years as he's lived. And it's crazy because it's like when we were 17, we were like prime time kicking it, like, you know. So to think it's been 17 years since then, and it's like we're like, I don't know, it's just trippy as fuck, right? You know, so yeah, I mean, yesterday it just felt important to me to go back and go over the day that he passed away, what it was like when his sister told me on fucking, Mariana told me, Mexican essay, told me, yeah, he passed away. And I was like, yo, don't fucking joke with me, dude, blah, blah, blah. Because we would talk shit to each other and all this shit. It's like, she's like a real little sister. Like, and I was like, dude, if you're fucking with me, like, I'm literally going to come put you in a headlock and give you spankings, dude. Like, I'm not fucking around, dude. Like, and, you know, and it's like, she's like, no, like seriously, like, come over. I'm like, what the fuck? So I went over and like, I just see everybody and everyone's crying and there's candles. And I was just like, you know, it was like 2 a.m. or something. I just couldn't even fucking comprehend, dude. Like, could not comprehend. Like, me and Pablo lived together for a while. We did everything together, dude. Like, fuck, man. Like, we were really down to die for each other. We were really down to ride and die for each other. Like, on a very, very, very real and deep level. And, like, you know, we would just protect each other at all costs. And it was like, to see that happen was just crazy, man. And it's like, you know, and it's like, this doesn't take away from anything, but it's like just a reality check. It's like, for those of you, especially if you smoke weed, Pablo got shot over $20 worth of weed that wasn't his. Think about that. Imagine you get killed for your friend's fucking 20 sack, right? And it wasn't his friend's fault or anything. It was just like, they bought the weed. They were like, yo, this is garbage. They're like, yo, no, give us our money back. Threw the weed back in the car, said, we don't like this. Give us our money back. These dudes took off, rolled around, got a homie who had a gun, came back, pop, 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 pop. My homie gets fucking shot in the throat, bleeds out, and passes away over in Little Italy here in San Diego, on the corner of Eagle and Reynard. And, you know, it's like, it's crazy how appreciative we all are not. Right? Think about it. Every time you smoke weed, how many times do you smoke $20 worth of weed? And You don't realize that your fucking best friend could have died for that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how grateful are we, man? You know what I mean? And I have to check myself about that. I'm like, dude, I smoke $20 worth of weed, like, on a regular basis, whether I'm paying that much for it or not, or I'm getting it for free or whatever. It's still like that amount. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, like, that's crazy to think about. So it's like to think and to consider, like, how often does somebody give you $20 worth of weed for free? You know what I'm saying? How many times does somebody smoke you out with $20 worth of weed? That's like 2 like regular blunts or 1 fat blunt, right? So it's like, that's really crazy that you could get smoked over fucking a blunt. Huh. No pun intended. Like Exhibit would say. No, but really though, isn't that crazy? So it's like, if we stop to honor and appreciate even the weed we smoke, how many times do we just stressed out or frantically like, oh man, I need to smoke. Like, you know, and it's like, there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, it's like, man, I'm having a huge realization as I'm sitting here saying all this right now, because there's many times where I'll smoke a bowl and just not even like stop and say thank you first. You know, I do my best to do as much as I can. And that's one thing I can really thank Sebastian for, is like, yo, if we're going to smoke a blunt, like, I'm going to stop. Like, I'm going to bless it real quick first. I'm like, whoa, okay. And he blesses all the directions and sides of the blunt and everything. And I'm like, wow, this is really beautiful. I like that. I want to do that now. You know, so it's like, so I'm doing my best to apply. Thank you, Sebastian. To apply doing that to all the things that I use and consume in life. You know, thanking my water, thanking my weed, thanking my Palo Santo, thanking my sage, thanking my food, thanking my body, thanking the music, thanking my soul. Excuse me. Yeah, hiccups. You know, so it's just been fucking fascinating. And dude, I need to take a fucking piss. I am like dancing in my chair right now. So I'm gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Damn, dude. Damn, dude.
Welcome everybody. It's your boy, finger licking, farmer dickin', finger fucking, chicken chucking, ticking, ducking, frickin', fucking, chicken chucking, digging, dogging, friggin', frogging, free. And you little pussy son of a bitch, I know you missed me, because there ain't no pussy son of a bitch who don't miss me, tell you what. And you already know that if I told you what, then I ain't gotta tell you why. So, I'd like to tell y'all the truth. The truth about something, the truth about a matter of a fact that is of the fact of the matter. And the fact of the matter is that I'm responsible for the show being off air. I should say no new episodes in the last month. It was because I tried to kidnap. I didn't try, I kidnapped California Cal. And I'll be darned, crying out loud. I'll get this off. Gotta get this off my mustache. Tell you what, I kidnapped California Cal and brought him out of state. Tried to get him to change his name to Kansas City Steve. Tell you what, and if I told you what, then I ain't gotta tell you why. So, he wasn't buying it. I told you what. And I'll tell you why. He would not budge. I said, Kansas City Steve, you son of a bitch. He said, it's California Cal, you son of a bitch.
I said, I'll tell you what. I'm even gonna tell you why. I gotta let you go. I know the people mislead you. So with that being said, remember, don't be a little bitch. Finger licking, farmer, frickin', chicken, juckin', dickin', duckin', friggin', froggin', higgin', hoggin', diggin', doggin', Fred out.
Damn, dude. Damn, dude.
What up, everybody? Welcome, Bicycle, my tricycles. So, it's been a crazy last couple of months, tell you what. And, sometimes I just feel like, I don't know why I get this natural inclination. I just had this, like, crazy sort of dream that where, like, I really feel like, where if I don't gotta tell you what, then, like, I really, like, I mean, if I've told you what, then I really don't gotta tell you why. You know, it's like, I don't know, it just came to me in this, like, crazy dream or something where I was, like, farming and there was, like, mustaches and just pitchforks and, yeah, man, it was pretty interesting. Anyway, I was just thinking, like, anybody know any good places for food in Kansas City? I don't know. I feel like I should go there for some reason. Like California's cool and all, but like, just something's telling me I should go to Kansas City. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so I tried to hold it together, guys. This is where everybody's going stupid. Okay. Oh, man, you guys. Oh, man. So, all right. So, I'll finally let you guys know. You guys may be wondering where I'm recording from. What's going on? Where I've been, but where am I when? Get it? Like, where will I when? Meaning, like, when will I see you? When will you see me? When will you hear from me? When will I when? Where will I when? When will you when? Where will you when? And when will you when? Sounds like I'm saying a bunch of Chinese names out. You when? You when? You when? Okay. Okay. Shifting gears here, guys. We don't give a damn. Collard greens and yams. Cornbread fresh, she thick like ham. As soon as she boot up, I know she gonna scoot up. Everybody should go listen to ingJerome. C or King Jerome, you can call him. C''ing Jerome with a J. Go look up My Horse, Barn Don't Close, Beautiful Day, and start there, and you're welcome. Anyways, Allen dudes for the clout. Hey, I'm gonna take them down south. Oh, Down South, that's a great song. RWP, Rednecks with Page. Oh, RWP is an amazing song. Down South is probably one of my favorites. We're gonna have a party down in Big Mama house. That sweet potato pie just melts off in your mouth. Okay, I'm like distracted as fuck right now. So, where am I? Where am I winning? When am I wearing? Who are you wearing right now? Well, I got my skin from my mom and my dad, but I got new toenail replacement, and are Are you guys even getting any of these jokes, or is this just, again, like, me thinking I'm funny? Like, I don't know. I'm used to it. Anyways. So, I'm recording from a new place, and I moved down south, and I'm, like, it's weird. I can't quite say I'm in the country, but, like, I'm on land in a very big and important house, and I'm still currently, like, making no money, and absolute miracles happened, and I went from homeless to the 625 foot square, homeless, well, in a house, to homeless, well, in a house, living at my dad's for a while, to homeless, to 625 foot square foot apartment, where you guys were used to a lot of stuff going on, to living with my mom, University City, with apartment in Poway, to now a $2 million house in southeastern-ish San Diego. Now you may be wondering, what? Like, how are you in a $2 million house? Well, I'm kind of not quite sure that myself yet either. But where do I even start breaking this down? Okay, so yeah, and for the sake of documenting history, this is really cool, actually. So, you know, big shout out to my mom, Judo, for listening to this. It was like a big part was, well, not a big part, pretty much all of it was her doings, and it's really cool. So here's the rough breakdown. I don't want to, like, give everything away, but, like, well, no, that's not true. Anyway, so what did we do? So she had 2 properties, and one of them she's living at, and the other she was renting, and that one was having all sorts of problems, and there was literally, like, shit blowing out of a pipe in the bottom of a canyon. So it was like shit hit the fan, haha, right? Like, and my mom was like, man, you know what? Like, I think I'm over this place. Like, fuck this, you know? So she's like, man, I should just sell this place and just get something cooler and do this and that and all these different ideas, right? So I'm like, so I go there with her. I'm like, you know, I agree. Like, fuck it. Like, why not, right? Like, if you bought this for cheap, you can sell it for more, buy something nicer, bigger, and with more opportunities, then why not, right? So it's like, all right, yeah, let's do that. So that was the plan. So then, naturally, we all just go start looking for houses, and, you know, it's like when you start looking for new houses and shit, you're like gonna go look at shit that's, like, out of your price range, shit you, like, oh, okay. I hope they're okay. One of my clients had to cancel. I said a medical thing came up. So it's like, so, you know, you're just looking at everything. So we're all looking, and we're looking at all these things, and we go and we're looking at this, like, I don't know, like, $1 million house or $1.2 million house or something. And it's like, we're like, wow, like, this is wild. You know, it's like, I didn't even really ever, like, realistically picture living like this, you know, and we're walking around. And we're like, dude, like, this house is incredible. So we keep going, and we're like, you know, we keep taking all these different trips there and doing all this research and, like, everything we can do to manifest it and all this. And then at some point, I was just like, hold on a minute. I was like, dude, Judo, why don't you just sell your, like, nicer house? And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, like, just sell the nicer one. Sell both of them. Like, but sell the nicer one, get something nicer for yourself, because the amount of money you can pull from that. And because what we started doing was looking at different places that are a little farther from the beach. And in San Diego, being far from the beach only means that it's like 10 more minutes or 15 more minutes worth of driving, right? So it's fucking nothing. So you can still live like 30 minutes east of the beach, and if it's in the right spots, you still catch ocean breeze and stuff. And you also don't get the fucking the pesky marine layer. And the marine layer is really fucking irritating when it's like sucky. And if you don't know what marine layer is, and you're not from California, or you don't know what that is, it's basically when like the coldness of the ocean starts like burning out, or like burning off or evaporating or whatever, and it kind of causes condensation, because as the water's warming, the cool water's like going up and rising out of the air, right? So it creates all these clouds, and by the beach for like a couple months it's just all fucking cloudy, and it's really depressing and Seattle like, and it's just like where's the fucking sun, man? You know what I'm saying? And then it's like the ocean's still cold, and it's like there's not quite warm patches yet, and it's just like, I don't know. It's the worst. I think the worst time to like live by the beach, right? Because it's not like, and it's because it's like surfable beach that you want to play at. It's not like a bay or something where you go in a boat and you don't get wet, right? So that's cool if it's all like you got a big foggy bay and a boat and a fucking like all that shit. Like that's a whole different vibe. Like out here, it's like, this is Southern California. Like we want to fucking surf and play in the sand, the water, and boogie board and play, just do all the shit. So, so we were kind of over it. Like where we were at, the marine layer was just fucking taking over, and we're like, man, this is kind of dumb. Like, we should be out here. Like, we get the ocean breeze. We're farther from this and that. And we're like, okay. So it kind of took this first place that I came up with the idea. My mom was just like, oh shit. She just sat there for like 10, 15 minutes just thinking like, what the fuck? That's insane. Like, what the fuck? That's insane. And then eventually she's like, dude, Cows, you're right. Let's do it. I'm like, oh shit. So then fucking so we're like, all right, fuck it, let's do it. So then like the smaller house kind of got backseated a little because it needed repairs and all this and whatever, and it made more sense to sell the bigger house first because we found a place that we really like loved. So the place that we first found was kind of for us just be like, I'm okay with living in this area because we were going for it, and it was having complete faith in the current house selling to be able to buy the new one all within like a month time frame or so, or like a month-ish. So going from the offer not getting accepted at that first house, we find this next place. We come here and it's just absolutely ridiculous. This house, it's crazy because it's a historical place, but it doesn't get the badge because they altered the structure of the roof at some point. But this place is a historical place, and it's where I live is technically, it used to be called the Grossmont Inn. And what it is, well, here's the other part too. It's like, well, how are you in a $2 million house? Well, that kind of was an accident in a sense. So we decided, so I move in with my lady and my mom and then our kids, and it's just like fucking incredible. This place has like 2 acres. It looks over like all the fucking the whole city, and I guess because I kind of gave it away, but it's like who built this house was Ed Fletcher, and he's not related to any of the politicians out here. He was the dude where there's Fletcher Parkway and Grossmont Center and all this, and they built the Mount Helix Cross in honor of Mr. Fletcher, who built the house that we live at now. And this is where he would bring people, like Mr. Gross, the dude where Grossmont Center and Grossmont Boulevard and Grossmont comes from out here in San Diego, East County. They did all of the planning and designing of the entire city from the deck of this house. So all of El Cajon, Grossmont, the school, the freeways, the 125, the 8, it was all designed from the balcony of this house. So they would come here and have masterminds, and there was a fucking carriage house here where they would store the carriages and the horses would walk around, and like this house was the first property built in like the whole Mount Helix area. One of the first, I should say. Well, especially on this whole mountain. So it's like such a low-key place with just boulders everywhere. The house was built on top of boulders. And like when we bought it, it was cheaper, but just because when we bought it and the other houses that started selling around it, like for those of you familiar with the the rotating house in La Mesa, or I should say on Mount Helix technically, the house that spins in circles. If you're not familiar with it, you should go look it up. It's a modern miracle and work of art. But because this house that we live in is like an abstract house, the other abstract houses on top of all and like on all these mountains they were having trouble pricing them. So now because of the sale of this house, that caused the value of everything to go up for these like abstract or unique houses. So this is definitely like a very, very, very unique house. Like everything in it's trippy, like, and just different and old school. It's 100 years old. It was built in like 1913, I think. And yeah, and it's just like there's all these levels and shit we could do where we can fucking off-road and the kids can play motorcycles and they can swim and fucking climb boulders, and we can fucking do all these things. We can have ceremony, we can have meditation, we can have fucking yoga, we could have like whatever the fuck we want, right? Big ass fucking barbecue, like a fire, like whatever, right? And so that's how we got into this. It was just kind of like an exchange. It wasn't really like, oh, I need to take, I mean, there was money that had to get borrowed and put here and there, and a lot of moving pieces, like a lot, dude. Like my mom fucking thugged it out. It was fucking sick. But like, it was the power of, ultimately what made all this happen was the power of a fresh idea, having faith, seeing the value in the idea, and then taking the actions, and then releasing and letting go of whatever it is that you're currently attached to. So it's like, if you're willing to let go of what you're currently attached to, then you're able to get more, better, bigger, better things just by letting go and not even having to really like necessarily like do anything more other than just the exchange, so to say, right? So it's like, it's fascinating because that was a big deal for us to let go of that house as a family, because that's where my grandma and grandpa like raised my mom there. I grew up a lot of time there, and it's like that I would go there, and that was where I learned a lot about like learning to work with my hands, you know, like doing wallpaper, scraping popcorn ceilings, building fences, doing this, that, like just whatever, all these different like things, and cooking, and you know, learning about different animals and cats and this and that, just a lot of different things I learned from that, being in that house. So it's like, for us to let that go as a family was a pretty big deal. And it's like, well, are we willing to let this go to be able to have that? And it's like, both my mom and I are very like, well, fucking absolutely. Like, we just very much believe in fucking anything's possible. So it's like, I end up in a bigger place, better place for like cheaper than my smaller, shittier place. And this is the thing, is like, being in a house like this is really trippy, because it's like, it changes the whole dynamic of my relationship to myself and just all different things, really, you know? Most importantly, though, is like the parenting aspect. Like, what this does for our kids is the most absolutely insane, ridiculous thing ever. And it's like, for our kids and our family, really, like family as a whole. Because it's like, when our relatives and whoever get to come over, you know, relatives, friends, whoever, it's like, whoever's willing to respond to the message gets to come, you know? And it's like, fuck, I've had times where I fucking message all my homies about like, hey, you gonna come over? And nobody says a word. And I'm like, all right, like, you know, it's like, it's just, I don't make it mean anything. It's just kind of like, huh. It's just funny how life will put those tests where it's like, damn, I invite people over and I get not one response. I'm like, huh. That sucks, you know, but at the same time, it's like, it is what it is. It's kind of like, well, you can live in a, oh, that's how this house became worth $2 million, was because, like, that story I told earlier about the property value and the other unique houses selling and all that. So the property value jumped and made this a $2 million house. So, but that's what's interesting, is like, all of a sudden I'm in a $2 million house, and this house was not worth $2 million prior to all that. It was worth significantly, substantially less. And it's just the power of believing and seeing the magic of something, right? So it's just like, it was this old woman who's living here by herself for the last while. Her husband passed away, and this place kind of just became too overwhelming for her. It's just one lady, and there's like fucking trees and rocks and bushes and this place requires a lot of maintenance. Like, there's just so many things. Like, there's fucking critters and this and that. We found a snake in the pool. We found this and that. It was so cool, you know? And it was like this tiny little friendly snake. It was cool. It was called a ringneck snake. It was a little green one with like, it was like green and orange with a green or blue ring around his neck, I believe. So cool. The harmless little dude is just so cute. And like, it was almost like a long worm. But anyway, seeing the kids just be outdoor kids and like they don't even really give a fuck about TV or electronics or this or that. It's like, we'll let them watch TV like here and there when they're exhausted. And usually the thing though is like they're watching cool shit. It's either they're watching like Ninja Turtles or they're watching like videos of kids like riding motorcycles and doing fun shit. And then they go out and they try all these things. So like, it's just so cool to get to see the kids just riding on bikes, eating shit, like fucking, you know, they're crashing on their bikes. They're all scraped up. They're all just fucking dirt in their face and hair and, you know, eating fucking like wood grilled fucking meat and just like being wild children, like actually feral children. Like, it's so fucking cool. They don't ask for anything. They don't fucking like complain about shit. Like, you know, sometimes they get whiny here and there, have their fights if they're tired or whatever, but it's just like they're so fucking cool. And like they all play off of each other's strengths, which is so cool. Like the way that my lady and I facilitate them is like we don't really allow them to play off each other's weaknesses. Like the I'm scared, it's like, well then you're acting like a wimp. And then the other kids are like doing it, you know, and it's like, oh, well, okay. And the dynamic of our kids, we have just been doing that for each other over and over and over and over. It's like one kid take turns empowering the other two, or two of them take turns empowering one, or vice versa. It's just all the different dynamics that it happens from. Like the oldest will monitor the youngest, and then the middle will monitor the older and the younger, and then the younger will monitor the oldest too. And it's just like this whole cool dynamic. And it's like the coolest thing ever when your kids just get to play in water, sand, fucking just eat meat, be dirty, and just climb trees and go hiking. Like we literally are like, let's go hiking, and we just walk around the property and climb boulders and fucking have adventures and make shit up and sing songs and like fucking have boulder dances. And we have our fucking boulder rock, like our blunt rock, and our all these different, you know, well, not me and the kids, but me, you know, for the adults, where we can go and smoke a blunt and this and that, just all these little things. And it's so cool to be able to like do parenting in this manner. And that's the thing, is like my lady and I, we just maintained faith in the bigger picture at all times. Her and I each individually went through fucking hell in the past like 2 years, and we handled everything with as gracefully as we could and as appreciative as we could. And that's kind of what brought us together, is like we were never up to anything weird or fishy or anything. It was like we always had so much respect for each other and like where we were at in life. And that's what brought us together, is like, damn, like I fuck with how respectful you are of whatever. Like even if you're kind of like have a crush on me or this or that or whatever, and it's not appropriate to be that way or whatever, it was like, yo, you respected yourself and I respected myself, and that's some dope ass shit. And I love that. And like, so that's the other thing too, is like for us to have gotten through this together and be in the place where we are now, where it's like we can literally go have date night in the yard and like neither of us feel cheated or robbed of like a date night experience or something, because we can just go out there, you know. And it's just like it's fascinating. Like we go up on the rock and just smoke a blunt and talk, and it's just like we're just overlooking in the city, just like talking, and it's like, how are we here? You know what I mean? Like I'm actually making far less money than I've ever made. And, you know, she's probably making the same. But then it's like, we're still just like the same, and nothing happened other than having some conversations and taking some leaps of faith. And that's what's phenomenal to me, is like, wow, I didn't even know you could like do shit this way. Right? Like, it's just absolutely a fucking trip. So it's like, I'm like, dude, it's like, so I have this blessing happen at the same time as I'm fighting for my kids. At the same time, my fucking sweet ass Land Cruiser breaks down. At the same time, I'm fucking getting hit up by all the bill collectors, and I'm getting all this shit. Like, And I'm just like, no, I'm turning this around. I'm turning this around. I'm turning this around. I'm all fucked and out of whack in like fucking almost every regard in my life. And at the same time, I'm fucking killing it in a lot of different regards. And there's a lot of shit where my homie Sebastian told me this. He's like, dude, like the devil is never outside it. The devil is always within. And it's like, you can see it outside of you, but that still means it's within. And that fucked me up for like a day or two, honestly, because I was just, it put me like, well, I had all this other shit going on, but that just like, it just hit me so deep that I'm like, fuck, like, absolutely, like, you're right, man. And like, I don't know exactly what I've made it mean yet, but I take it in and it just has really shifted my perspective on how I've been relating to any internal battles that I've worked through or go through or anything of that sort, right? So yeah, you know, it's a trip. So it's like having this faith is just brought us closer, you know, honoring nature and plants and all this stuff as a couple has brought us closer. Having hard conversations respectfully has brought us closer. Expressing things that need to be expressed has brought us closer. It's like there's a lot of these things that really can be shifted and are like things that are hard, relationships that are hard can be shifted with the power of nature and appreciating it and indulging in it and stepping into it. You know what I mean? So it's like having room to play in a relationship with kids, with your, you know, your partner, yourself, all these things is so important to keep it alive. And in order to keep it alive, we got to keep playing. You know, sometimes it's hard to play. Sometimes it's easy to just go climb into a hole and whatever the fuck, right? So, yeah. So for me, I look at it and it's like, all right, well, what's to come next? Well, for me, structure. I have to put so much structure into place in my life that like, it's just so mandatory at this point. I'm like, you know, when I was at my apartment last, I was very structured. I was doing my power list every day. I was doing all these things. And then as I moved to my mom's, I started doing it less and less. And then I just stopped. And then within the whole move from there to here, I just have stopped. And like today is the first day I busted out like my fucking podcast book, because I've been doing them on my phone while I'm out on an exercise or something all the last few times. And so now if like, that's why I'm kind of tripping out just sitting here, where it's like I don't have all my stuff quite set up yet. Like we just moved like the other, like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. And it's a lot of stuff to kind of get set up amongst all of us and all of our kids and all our things. And just, you know, at the same time, like there's certain things in this house that kind of need to be done and like painted and, you know, like wallpaper removed or just little things here and there where it's like, well, it doesn't make sense to like fully set everything up yet until this is completed first. Right. So there's a lot of that. So it's like, all right, kind of like getting everything gradually situated to where everything is how we like it, to where it's comfortable. I can really start setting up business from out of here. I can really get this podcast cranking again and be consistent and give you guys what, you know, I promise I'll deliver on, and you know to deliver on what my commitments are. So being that I was able to hash out all this stuff with Royal's mom, I've been able to get into a position where we agreed for her to not move out of state, but it's going to cost me quite a bit of extra money. And I just, whatever, I don't give a fuck. I just have faith that I will make it. I'll make it happen as I reestablish down here and really fucking get situated in this place, in this position and role, until I can make the next move to where my lady and I can build and save and stack and create and build and make the absolute best fucking business for ourselves that we've talked about and envisioned and have been wanting to create for ourselves and each other. So that's really like what we've been up to, you know, and what I've been up to and what's to come. So I just want to keep spending more time with my kids. I just want to keep spending more quality time with my kids. I want to keep spending more quality time with my lady, my family, my friends, and the people who really care about me and that I really care about, and we help each other become better people and live doper and cooler and smoother lives, and to empower each other and have power, and to have conversations of power, growth, wisdom, money, influence, and making this world a better place. Ya dig? So, with that being said, we're going to wrap this one up then. We'll wrap it up then. Gave you guys an extra long one with an hour and 20-ish minutes of some of that real raw shit, you dig? This is the Damn Dude motherfucking podcast, and it exists to help educate, entertain, and make an impact on the different contexts and perspectives that we have in life, because I truly believe that the more access we have to different contexts and perspectives, the doper, easier, and smoother life is. Yeah, dig? I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Welcome back to the show. Let's get this shit on. Let's keep it fucking moving and pushing. Please share this show. I appreciate you guys. Share it with a friend. Yeah, I love you guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys. Have a beautiful day. Much love. Peace.
Damn, dude. Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.